everyone. That's right. This is a brand new show, and it's entitled Movie Reviews by Dr. B and
Mrs. B.
There you go. We are starting a brand new show, and guess what? We're going to do movie reviews. Yes, movie reviews. And why? Because, guess what? I'm an anthropologist, and Mrs. B is
an independent artist scholar.
There you go. And we're teaming up. Married couple of 31 years, with three adult kids, right?
Three children who are adults.
Yeah, 3 children who are adults. That's right. And we feel like we have to do these movie reviews because there's a gap of movie reviews by individuals like us. Because you can see we're 2 persons of color, but we're also baby boomers. And that's what's missing out there in the movie world right now. So, yes, this is movie reviews by Dr. B and
Mrs. B.
There you go. And the first, we're going to take this straight to you. The first movie that we're going to review is Disney PIXAR'S Soul. That's right, Disney PIXAR'S Soul. We saw it over the weekend. It just premiered on Disney Plus. And we wanted to take time to really examine all this hype about this movie, right?
That's correct. That is correct.
Yeah, and we talked about it over the weekend, right?
We talked about it over the weekend. We reviewed it, and we have our professional, educated, and critical artist educator.
She brings the artist, educator. I bring the anthropologist. And what's an anthropologist? The anthropologist is about human populations, okay? Examining human behavior. That's what I examine. But I'm bringing my approach as, yes, a baby boomer too, y'all. You know what I'm talking about. So anyway, we want to look at our first review.
Explain what is a baby boomer. Our ages.
We will talk about the baby boomer in just a second. We're going to talk about the movie review.
55 to 60.
She wants to talk about baby boomer and give a categorization. I just want to get down. Yeah, I just want to get down to get to this, and you'll hear about my perspective as a baby boomer in a little bit. But let's talk about. Let me set up this movie Soul by Pixar, and starring Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey. Jamie Foxx. Would you ever think they would combine? But
no, I didn't think that.
Yeah, like whoa. Okay, let's just think about Jamie Foxx. Okay. From back in the day of Living Color, okay, and very acclaimed artist, actor, and Tina Fey. Oh, let me just say, what do you remember Tina Fey from?
Well, Saturday Night Live and a few movies, and she did some, blockbuster movies as well. Pretty funny, very activist of a woman. I admire that about her. She's pretty funny.
She comes from NBC sitcom.
Edgy.
She got her break on NBC sitcom. She's an NBC. She's highly promoted on NBC. She gets all these free jobs because she's from NBC. And
it's like, free. Women have to work hard.
Yeah, I give you that. Of course, I give you that. Come on. Here we go. That's the magic of our collaboration. But Tina Fey, she has her genre.
Mrs. B.
She has her genre. I give her that, But initially, just the combination of Jamie Foxx and Tina Fey, I said, how are they going to pull this off? So the bottom line is, let me give you a quick scope of the plot line. And basically, Jamie Foxx in the role of Joe Gardner, a teacher of music in the school, jazz, and guess something happens to him. Yes, you've seen the trailer. I'm not gonna give you a full spoiler alert, but somehow he gets in an accident and his soul and spirit is evaluated. Okay, he has to go through this evaluation before he goes to heaven or whatever. Okay. And they go through this assessment, and I'm just going to stop right there because I don't want to give a lot of the movie weight right up front. So, again, the first part of the movie, it was really nice. Let me just say, Pixar did such a great job on the artist and the animation of the individuals, of all the characters. Very, very real.
Oh yeah, well, Pixar is excellent. The best thing that Disney could have done was to team up and was to partner rather with Pixar. Pixar is a company in and of itself. And I remember seeing the Pixar company come on when Disney added them as the previous promotion to introduce them as a company. And the cinematography and the fine arts and the excellent movie motion of Pixar and the artists and the graphics was just stellar and excellent. And I thought, oh, this is really good. And they introduced them with those scenes where they had the animals and things right before that, these skits right before that. And I thought, wow, that is pretty good. And then I said, this is what they need. That animation, that realism, to bring it into 3D. And that's when I think Disney realized, and Pixar, that was a wonderful partnership. And Pixar became a company in and of its own. But the realism, Disney went further with Pixar.
Yes, they did. And they definitely need it in this movie. Now we're 6 minutes in. We're going to keep this show very tight. We're going to keep it tight. I'm going to give you a spoiler alert. Yes, after the character Joe Gardner, who is an English musician teacher, he gets in an accident, and he gets in this accident, but he wants to play piano. He wants to perform with the greatest artist. And he has this one and only opportunity. Yet he gets in this accident that stops him in his tracks. And yet, in this accident, he meets what? The spiritual, what were the gatekeepers?
The gatekeepers, the spiritual realm of a three-dimensional anime of a heaven.
Yeah. It's called Yosemite. Before Heaven and Other. They call it Yosemite.
Yes.
Yosemite.
Transparent type of
Yosemite
figures, which was kind of cool. I like
Yosemite.
Yeah.
And now let me just tell you, that's where it goes to this philosophical type of movie.
Yeah.
And I'm going to give you my opinion right now. I'm 8 minutes in. I'll tell you what. Up to that point in time, I was buying into this. I was buying into the concept. But right then and there, I lost out. I stepped out.
Yeah,
I stepped out.
Dr. B stepped out.
I stepped out.
Mrs. B still stayed in.
She stayed in.
This is whimsical, pretty funny, in between different types of scenes. And I thought, okay, this is fun. It kind of went towards another realm.
There you go, another realm.
I can get a parallel universe that kind of went down further into the deep of, not necessarily hell, but in some type of nowhere land.
Yosemite, they call it Yosemite. They had a name for it, Yosemite.
They get in there.
Do you know that name?
Yeah. They get in there, and and they go into this land area, and they go into even. I thought was interesting is not only did they go from heaven, but they went into Yosemite, and somehow Yosemite was another realm that was a kind of parallel for another religion, which then the guy that got off the ship became the chakra of almost a East Indian culture of using a chakra.
Let's gotcha. But so let's not go too far down there.
I thought, and that is a good point. I wondered if the kids that were watching it kind of knew what that was, unless you were.
Did you? Now there you go.
They went into another culture.
There you go. That tells me what was the market. What was the key market?
Heaven versus another culture, Christian versus non-Christian, and then I thought just being you in a avatar, whimsical way.
But let me ask you, what was the target market for this movie?
Dr. B was upset. Wasn't really upset. He was kind of like,
don't talk for me. You talk about just see. That's the thing about us. She tries to talk for me. I can talk for myself. I'm asking Mrs. B to speak for herself, not for Dr. B.
Dr. B, you are correct.
Yeah.
I will say for myself, when it began to keep going between, it's like one of those movies where you go, and what is target audience? Let's stay on that. It was kind of older, because I don't know if all the younger kids.
Say right there, it was older. It was older. All the jokes. Now let me just say.
Innuendos within the movie.
Exactly. Innuendos. The jokes were catered to an older audience, not for kids.
Very smart.
Not for smaller kids.
Very, very intellectual.
Yeah, not for young kids. It was our age, baby boomers from what was it? From 45 on up. 40 to 45 on up.
Yes, that's true.
So that's the reason why I was buying into Jamie Foxx and the Tina Fey initially, but when we went to that seminar world, that plastic world, which had all these, now here's the little thing that I left out, had all these great voices of other ethnicities, but they didn't talk about ethnicities in the plot of the movie. And guess what?
Let you figure it out.
They let you figure it out.
That's okay.
That's okay, but I got kind of lost in all of this. And the spoiler alert. Go ahead.
When it kind of got, I was good with it and I was going along, and then it kind of veered off into the baby got the finding the match with the soulmate, and then they went through the door. I think they spent so much time on that. They were going back and forth with the soulmate going here, and they couldn't match the soulmate. That was kind of funny to find different types of people through history.
And then let me just say,
and then I thought, okay, I'm gone. And then right about now.
And then
Tina, it got back on track.
And then it got back on, but again, and then they transfer. But here's the other
connection.
Here's what
plot.
There you go. Together. But here's the other thing that tripped me up. They changed characters. That is, Jamie Foxx became the cat, and Tina Fey became Joe Gardner, and they switched voices. I was tripping out. I said, "What's going on?" And then they end up going to a barber shop. Okay, and Tina Fey was a brother barbershop, and to me that felt like, okay, this is where Tina Fey always wanted to go to the barbershop, and they explained all the deal about what's happening in the barbershop. We know what's happening in the barbershop, so they tried to make that real fun and good, but it was like, I've been to the barbershop. The Mark has gone to the barbershop. What else is new about the barbershop that I haven't seen? But it was new to the Tina Fey audience, I think. And they were I'll just say new to the Tina Fey audience. It wasn't new to Jamie Foxx audience. Come on. Because Jamie Foxx is always bringing. And the final thing, we got to have to wrap this up pretty soon. The final thing is, it was all about this music. But guess what? Don't forget Jamie Foxx. He sings. He's an artist. But he never sang in this movie.
Yeah.
That was the kicker to me. I said, you got Jamie Foxx in this movie? It's about music. It's about piano. It's about playing jazz. And Jamie Foxx, who played, guess what, Ray Charles in a great movie before, didn't even get a chance to sing.
Excellent role.
Think about it. Jamie Foxx didn't even get a chance to sing.
But part of that is the script, sticking to the script. But here's the thing. I loved it when he was playing the piano and he had this swirl around.
Yeah, that gives you that
vibe and this animation character. And then the mother role saying, you better get a job. You better get a job.
The mother role was played by Felicia Rashad, by the way.
Oh, and mother role was great. And then I love that.
Angela Bassett was also in the movie.
When the woman, the jazz artist who ran the band, she was playing the saxophone.
Oh, fantastic.
And she was like,
no doubt.
Like, where's she going to go with this?
Yeah.
And she's like, okay, you could join. She was tough. She was a tough cookie. And she was ready to get the groove going on. And she says, you got the gig.
Yeah, she did.
And then he wanted to get back so bad. And then when they switched the voices, I was like, just come on and sing the song. When they went in the barbershop, he went in the barbershop with the cat voice.
Thank you. It was
the cat was cool, but he went into the barbershop and then he was in there like, hey man, How you doing?
So we're not going to give a spoiler alert at the very beginning. We're not going to give the final play, but we want to give
like
our assessment.
jazz,
So at this point in time, exactly. At this point in time.
But free flowing and absolutely.
So how do you give it a thumbs up or thumbs down?
I give it a thumbs up. The middle part got lost. It kind of but I give it a thumbs up.
Mrs. B, give it a thumbs up. Give it, show your thumbs up. And Dr. B gives thumbs down. I gave it thumbs down. Yes, I did. And I'm not gonna give it thumbs down. Yes. That's how I roll, and that's how Mrs. B rolls.
That's how I roll. Pretty cool.
There you go. So we're not in agreement on everything, but
now that
she.
I'm older, mellow and taking it easy.
There you go.
In a positive and Holy spiritual way, peace and love to you.
That's our review of Disney Pixar's Soul. And more likely, they're going to come out with Soul number 2 eventually, because the way they set it up at the end, seems like they setting this up for Soul 2. And I hope they don't. But again, because I checked out 5 minutes within the movie. I'm sorry, I checked out. There you go.
You go like that. You go like. For the movie review.
For the movie review.
He didn't like it, but I liked it.
She liked it. Okay. So, well, we encourage everybody to see the movie, and also check out our movie review out. Please like our movie review. Please subscribe to our videos, our new channel. We just starting out. We just want to get out there and provide some assessment from me, an anthropologist, and Mrs. B,
an independent artist scholar.
There you go.
Family fun, edutainment, family education, and just having a whimsical, fun, and happy time.
It's 2021, y'all. Let's get serious and let's have some fun. Thank you for your time.
Stay safe.
Out. Peace out, everyone.